Alright guys, as promised, here is the start of my Elder Scrolls Online playthrough. A few of you actually said, don't do it, don't do it, it's a boring game, I don't want to see videos of this, but hey, you know what? I want to do it, so I'm going to do it. So you guys just watch, that don't want to watch this, I got other videos. But those of you who saw me play the beta of this maybe like a year or two ago on the PC in my live stream, um, I'm gonna stay away from pretty much everything I did in the beta and in that first 30-day free trial that I had when you first bought the game, back when you had to pay for the game monthly. Um, so I'm gonna stay away from that. I think I was in, what was I? I think I was a Redguard Templar or something. So we're gonna do something that we're gonna play with the Nightblade this time around, because I want to play with a bow and arrow. So let's see. So I think we're going to stick with a Bosmer, which is I think they called the Wood Elf, because they have some bonuses for archery and I think they have some good stamina, so that will help us with our bow and arrow and our overall stealth. Now I think the Khajiit are pretty good for Nightblades too, but I'm not really into cat people so much. That being said, one of our guys in our guild joined, and he's a male Khajiit, and he looks like a tiger and stuff, and he actually looks pretty cool. He's like big and muscular, and he has got like the tiger paint, orange and white and black. But yeah, we're not. I don't feel like going with a cat person, so or a lizard person or anything like that. I guess maybe that's kind of racist or animalistic or something. I don't know the word for it. But yeah, I never really felt, it just felt weird. I don't know. I don't like being those guys in these games. I usually stick to a human or elf. I think in Skyrim I want to say either a Nord or an Imperial. It's kind of really boring. I think in Morrowind I was an elf. Let's see, Boulder Gate, Oblivion. Oblivion is probably an elf, some kind of elf. I don't know. Those games is more than 10 years. I don't even remember anymore. Um, so, if you haven't played an Elder Scrolls game before, this is pretty much a kind of like a medieval fantasy kind of setting. Like, so there's cat people, there's lizard people, there's elves, there's humans, there's spells and dragons and tigers, oh my. And bears, actually. They just added bears with, what's it called? Osmium or something like that. Oh, there's orcs too. There's orcs. So, all your traditional sci-fi, Lord of the Rings, Ice and Fire stuff. But unlike, let's say, the main Elder Scrolls games like Oblivion, Morrowind, Skyrim, etc., this hasn't gotten great reviews and not really great word of mouth. Like I said, I played a little bit of the PC beta and I did buy the PC version, but at the time they were charging you $15 a month to play it, and I just didn't feel like paying $15 a month to play it. So after my 30-day free trial, I put the game aside, deleted it off my hard drive, and kind of just forgot about it. But then I think earlier this year, I think, is when they started going free to play on PC. And then I think it was in June or July, they released the PS4 and Xbox One versions called Tamriel Unlimited, which is, we're playing that version now on the PS4. And that's free as well. Obviously, as a paid MMO that went free to play, so everyone who was a subscriber, they do get bonuses. And if you still want to pay the $15 a month, you can still do that. So for $15 a month, you get access to all their DLC, which I think they only have 2 packs now, which is the Imperial City and the Osmium thing, which I think is Orcs, Rothgar. And you get like bonus XP, and you get like 1,500 crowns a month, which is a pretty good deal. Getting all of that for $15 a month, because just for $15 you get 1,500 crowns. But there's really not that much to buy in the crown store. I mean, it's just like mounts and pets and some bonus XP and stuff like that. Nothing really big. But since what I did is maybe a few weeks ago, they had the Elder Scrolls Online like collector's edition or whatever on sale for $40. So that came with the Elder Scrolls Online. It came with the Imperial edition, so I have access to the Imperial class, the Imperial horse, the Mud Crab. I can be any faction of any race. But since this is gonna be my first full playthrough, I figured as far as a story purpose, I'll stick with the basic classes and the basic with the alliances. So that way you're not running around as an Imperial helping the Queen in the Dominion, you know, because like why would an Imperial be helping the Queen in the Dominion, you know, that kind of thing. So I'm sticking with who's where and who's, you know, and what. So we're going to be the Bosmer Wood Elf in the Dominion, and that's what we're going to do. And we're going to be an archer, because, you know, that's just what you do when you're a Wood Elf, right? You're an archer. And messing around with the tattoos. I was kind of disappointed with some of the tattoos, but I guess at least they added tattoos, because I remember in Skyrim I downloaded a mod. I think it was called like Yakuza tattoos or something, where you could have like 3 or 4 different options of tattoos, and the tattoos actually gave you some buffs, so that was cool. So if you're playing Skyrim, look for that mod. That was pretty cool. What was I talking about? I don't remember. So yeah, anyway, at the time of recording this commentary, I've already sunk in, I don't know, maybe 10 or more hours, maybe 20 hours, I don't know. It's hard to gauge my time played, but I'm a level 10 now. Still haven't really gone that far. Like, I did the tutorial island. Like, every class or every alliance has their own little tutorial island where they have like low level missions for you to figure out the world and gameplay and blah blah blah. So I did all of that, did all those missions on that island, got all the sky shards. But well, maybe I won't spoil it, but because I mean we're gonna have those videos up soon too. But I don't record every single bit, because obviously this is an MMO. There's hundreds of hours, so I can't record all of that. Most of it's gonna be boring. But I recorded most things. Most of the early stuff I did record just for the sake of it. But after that, I'm gonna kind of like pick and choose whatever I think sounds interesting. I'll record. That being said, though, a lot of the quests so far haven't been, you know, like go to this area and kill 10 rats and collect 5 rat teeth or whatever, you know. So at least there's some things to that. All the quests are voiced over, which is nice. But it was like the same thing in Star Wars. You know, it's nice for the first couple times, but then it's like, oh, I read faster than you talk, and you're not really saying anything interesting, so I'm just going to skip all of this. Which kind of, even more so here, a lot of it's just, the writing is just, the story kind of a little boring, some of it, I don't know. So I'm trying to remember in Skyrim. I think in Skyrim I was more invested. I was definitely more invested in Morrowind, but I don't know. Which I guess we can go to all these places. I'm assuming that this is all of Tamriel in ESO, so we can go to maybe Oblivion, maybe Morrowind, maybe even Skyrim. But I don't know how the timeline works exactly, because I'm pretty sure this is like a couple hundred years or 1,000 years or whatever before Skyrim. So I wonder how this works exactly, because I know the timeline, it gets rewritten by all the heroes, so like none of the games are actually sequential in time. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm still early on. I think I've only done like a few main story quests, because I think they unlock at your level. Like, I think I unlocked, you know, when you get the first one, then I think the other one unlocks at level 5, and I think the other one just unlocked at like level 10. But at level 10 you unlock your like access to guilds, or at least you can create your own guild. You could join a guild at any time, as long as, you know, if someone invites you. Then you get access to the PvP, which I haven't tried the PvP yet, but it sounds like a lot like Guild Wars 2, where it's like this big open area and you're fighting over territory. I don't know if it's like Guild Wars 2 where like there's castles and stuff and you're busting down like defenses and walls and stuff. That could be kind of interesting. And I think there's like a capture the flag, but there's like capture the scroll mode. So that'd be pretty interesting. We got to try that. I don't know if I'll get into it. Surprisingly, I did get into Guild Wars 2 PvP, like their multiplayer modes and stuff. That actually was, I had a lot of fun there. I don't think I've ever really gotten into PvP in MMOs, other than really Guild Wars 2. So maybe I'll get into this, maybe I won't. We'll see. But that's another thing too with this being an MMO. My class, which is one of my Nightblade, focusing on like stealth and shooting people with arrows from the shadows and things like that. It kind of is like a waste of skill points or like a waste of a thing, because it's like if you're not in an instance, which there are very few instances in this game, a lot of it's just open, so you'll be sneaking around in this dungeon and you know, here's this guy just running right past you with this giant sword, whacking the guy you were trying to sneak behind. But I don't even think you get any bonuses for sneaking. Like, there's no sneaking perk, I don't think. Like, just going back to Skyrim, if you snuck around, like if you were crouching and you were sneaking and you were hidden, you would like level up your sneaking. I remember there being like a sneaking skill. But there's no sneaking skill line in ESO, at least not that I saw. Like, you have one for all your different weapons. Like, you have one-handed, dual-wield, you know, staff, two-handed weapons, bows, shields, and then you have like your guilds and stuff and other stuff. But I didn't see anything for sneaking yet, so I don't know. And I've only run into the Fighters Guild and the Mages Guild. I haven't seen any of like the Dark Brotherhood or any other guilds yet. So I wonder if they're not in the game yet, they're just not in the area that I'm at, or they're just not in the game yet. Like, maybe they're going to be DLC later on, I don't know. Because I know going through the trophy list, there's trophies for joining or finishing the Mages Guild quest line, the Fighters Guild, becoming a vampire, becoming a werewolf. But I didn't see anything about, you know, the Brotherhood stuff or the other guilds. I can't even think of the other guilds. It's like the Mages Guild. We got the Mages Guild, we got the Fighters Guild. I can't even remember the other guilds, so why am I even complaining? Maybe there isn't even other ones, I don't know. But, no, yeah, there's a Thieves Guild. Yeah, there's no Thieves Guild. I haven't seen any Thieves Guild. I think I would have saw it. There are these little, like, thief hideouts in the cities, which is kind of interesting. So you can go there and sell all your stolen goods, which is like such an easy way to make money. You can only sell 50 stolen goods a day by default, but if you level up your like thief or stealing perk, I think they call it Ledgerman or something like that, you can put a skill point in it to increase the number of items you can sell each day. But even with just the 50 items, and if the basic treasure, like uncommon treasure, is like 30 gold, and then green is like 100 gold, and then the rare blue treasure is like 250 gold. So even if you just find like 30 and you sell 50 of them, you're still making like 2,000-3,000 gold a day for nothing. Obviously it takes some time, but you know, if you just steal from the bank, I just steal all the chests and from drawers and stuff from the bank. There's like 2 rooms in the bank house in Alderon, or Auradon, and you can easily get like 10 or more items, and then you can just sell them real quick. And if you have any other accounts, you can do that too and just mail it to yourself. So you can make as much money as you want depending on how much time you want to spend doing that crap. But money's not too big of an issue. The only thing I've really found spending money on is inventory space and bank space, which is pretty good, because now at level 10 I started my own guild, and I think right now we have 9 members. So once we get one more member, we're going to get access to a guild bank. so we can start putting stuff there and hopefully open up our inventories, because inventory management is real in this game. It's not fun at all, but you know, at least they could do like most games do. And maybe not MMOs. I'm trying to think if they do this or not, but at least make like the crafting materials like not weigh anything, or just not count, or have their own separate bag, like have like a reagent bag or a provisions bag, and have their own weight instead of grouping everything together. Or I don't know, can you still make bags in World of Warcraft? Like if you go down like the leatherworking or something, you can make your own bags and increase your inventory space that way. That would have been nice too, but no, instead you got to spend like 1,000, then 3,000, then 5,000, then like 11,000. Like every tier goes up for every 10 spots, and like same with the bank. But don't worry, if you want to pay real money, you can buy as many inventory slots as you want until the maximum slot number with real money, and I think that's like $5 or $10 a slot or something for 10 or whatever, something ridiculous in the Crown Store. So if you don't want to waste your time, you can always do that too, I guess. But yeah, so if you haven't figured out by now, 16 minutes in, this is just a character creation. I'm just going over my my thoughts of the game and whatever. Once we start jumping in after we finish making our character here, we'll talk more about what we're doing. But I mean, what am I going to say? Oh, I'm going to pick this hair, I'm going to pick that hair. You know, you get the idea. So, I don't know. It's not, I wish, I know last MMO that I can think of that did this was Final Fantasy 14 A Realm Reborn. They had like the pictures of the hairstyles, and I think most games do this. I don't know why this is so bad, but it just had pictures of the hairstyles, and everything that you were doing had just pictures, and you could click on the icon of the picture. Having a slider for all of the character customization just seems like a horrible idea. Like, why? Why would you do this? This is so bad. You know, I was going like, okay, I like the hairstyle that's in between I and R, or the one underneath R looks pretty good. Like, remembering where the slider is, it's stupid. And there's not that many hairstyles, I guess. I mean, there's not that much of a variety. Obviously, the different races have different hairstyles and different tattoos and things like that, and different facial markings. You know, obviously the Khajiit have more hair options because they're a cat. And I think the Argonians have more like piercing options because, I mean, if you're a lizard, you want to have more piercings for whatever reason. And I haven't figured out if it's classes or races that have different tattoos. I know the one that I'm wearing, I think, is only for the elves. I don't think I could get this on like a Redguard female or not. And obviously, you know, the Khajiit have their tiger and leopard and cheetah prints. Although I think a cheetah is actually technically a dog, right? Is that right? Someone back me up on that. A cheetah is a part of the canine family. It's not a cat. Is that right? I want to say I heard that recently, where a cheetah is actually a dog and it's not a cat. But anyway, Khajiit is whatever it is. So I'm not really sure what I'm going for at the moment, the character, but eventually I decide to just go with the roots of the MMO, at least mine, and go to World of Warcraft. And I eventually just start making her look like oh god, what's her name? Oh yeah, and because of my last name's Silva, so I'm trying to make her look, I guess, a little like Silvanas from World of Warcraft. I don't even know if I'm saying her name right. I haven't heard her name said in a while. Silvanas. So we'll see here in a little bit too. But the name's already taken, which sucks. And it's stupid too because at least in the console versions, you don't see your character's name in the game, which is stupid. Like, why even name your character? No one else sees it but you. Everybody just sees your online PlayStation ID or your Xbox One gamer tag. They don't see your character's name, so it's stupid. So you see people running around with X's and 420s and smoke weed every day and Big Daddy and, you know, something 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 running around, and it kind of breaks the game. It's like, I don't this I'm losing. This is not my world of Tamriel, you know? It's just weird. I don't know why they did that. I mean, maybe it was easier than trying to filter out people saying fucking ass. I don't know. Which they just got rid of text chat in this game too. For whatever reason, on the consoles doesn't have text chat. Which I don't know. Are people gonna gold farm on the consoles or really? Um, but that's weird because I know like DC Universe and Final Fantasy 14 and I think Neverwinter on Xbox One has text chat. I mean, all these MMOs have text chat. I don't know why ESO doesn't have text chat. Hell, even Defiance on the PlayStation 3, if you want to call that an MMO, has text chat. But instead they do a area voice chat, so anyone in the area can just talk on their mics, or just put their mic in front of their TV and you can listen to Judge Judy yell at people for an hour. But luckily it's pretty easy to leave the chat channel, and once you're in a guild anyway, you can join your guild's channel, or if you're in a group, you're in a group channel voice chat, so you don't have to talk with all these idiots anyway. And that's an interesting thing too. They do kind of break up your guild chats, so you'll have like an officer chat room and like a regular guild chat room. So that's kind of nice, but still it would be nice if they, not that it matters because you can do this on the Xbox One or the PlayStation separately by just making a party, but it would have been nice if they just did it in the game to where you can break it off into sections, kind of like in if you played games on the computer, on the PC, if you played with TeamSpeak 3 or like Vent or Mumble or whatever voice over the internet service you use, you could make different chat channels within the channel or within your server, so you could have like raid group 1, raid group 2, raid group 3, general chat, so you could kind of just organize everybody. But when you're playing on the consoles and you don't have the guild leadership or the guild mentality to know what the hell to do, and you just have like 8 people or something in one chat room and everyone's talking at once and everyone's doing 3 different things, it's stupid. So if anyone's watching this, make your groups organized. Everyone doesn't need to be in the same group all the time. So if you got one group in this dungeon over here, make their own separate group so you can actually communicate. I don't know, things like that bothered me. That happened to me recently in Destiny. It was just a mess. It gave me such a headache. It just turned me off of the game. It's like, this got like 8 or 10 people in this group. Oh, it's horrible. Really made me miss playing Guild Wars 2 and Final Fantasy, and having our TeamSpeak 3 server so organized was nice. Yeah, I guess we probably could use our TeamSpeak 3 server while we're playing on the PlayStation. It'd probably be easier to organize than the PlayStation community, party stuff. So let's see, we got our ears. I mean, I figure if you're an elf, might as well go big ears or go home, right? So this is her. There's not much else to talk about. I think we're just about done here. Figure out the eyes. I think she has to have blood red eyes, right? Because we're technically the undead, right? Or at least she is now undead. Spoilers, 10 years in the making or whatever. I don't know. When did she go bad? When did she become undead? A while ago. A long time ago, I think. No, well, spoilers for World of Warcraft. Yeah, looks good, I guess. I don't know. Not exactly like her, but, in the spirit of Silvanas Windrunner. Which is kind of funny, too, because I think I recorded it, too, but I named my my mudshell crab Banshee, and I think I named my horse Calphalas. I think that's how you say his name. Oh man, saying the World of Warcraft names is tricky sometimes, especially when you haven't really played it in a long time. Except for I played Heroes of the Storm a few months ago, but still they don't really say the name. But I got corrected with my cousin who I was playing with at the time. He was like, "That's not how you say the name," whatever. He would say it like, whatever. Which Heroes of the Storm is a pretty good free-to-play MOBA. It's simplified and kind of dumbed down, so it's not as, it's not that big of a learning curve as something like maybe like League of Legends or Dota 2. So, you can give that a try too. Oh yeah, and the funny thing too, buying this is every time I've gone online, everywhere you go, any website you go to, is just World of Warcraft 75% off. And I've been tempted to just buy that new DLC, The Lord's Draenor. I think it's only like $12 on sale now or something like that. But it's like I just paid $40 for all this Elder Scrolls. I gotta focus on this. I can't go back into World of Warcraft and just not touch Elder Scrolls. Which I think possibly we'll get an Elder Scrolls 6 next year, maybe. I mean, we had Fallout this year, so maybe Elder Scrolls next year, maybe a year after that. I don't know. Cause yeah, this is not 6, so they got to make it number 6. I wonder where that would take place. I wonder what they're gonna do with it. Hopefully, they're making a new Elder Scrolls game, and they're not just saying it. This is it with ESO, cause that would be bad. Alright. Are we done? We're done. We're done. We're messing around with lips for. I don't know. Can't really do too much. There was like, yeah, even like the faces you had, like, what was it? Soft, heroic, or whatever the other one was. It's like the sliders. It's not character creation. Definitely lacking here. But they did a fairly decent job in Fallout 4. I know these are different people, like ZeniMax did this, but yeah. So here's the moment of truth. Let's see if Silvanas Windrunner is available, which it's not, which is kind of a surprise, I guess, because you don't really think of PlayStation 4 people naming people after World of Warcraft people, but obviously if I did, other people have the idea, and I'm not even sure if these servers are connected to the PC or not, because I know there's a North American mega server and a European mega server, and you can link your existing accounts, but I think that just links your character, like it transfers. I don't think it actually goes, but we'll try this, which it doesn't work, which actually I think was for the best, because someone already took that. So it made me change Silvanas to like Silva. So it actually kind of worked out in my favor. So now it says Silvanas, which Silva instead of with the SI, instead of the SY. So it looks a little better. Oh yeah, no, I tried Silvanas, just Silvanas first. Yeah, that's taken too. And then I try Silva. Which luckily, I'm happy that both of those are taken, because I really like having it Silvanas with the SI. So I'm glad those were taken. And I'm glad enough was smart enough to realize to do the SI. So we'll type that in real quick, and then we will hit done, and it'll say congratulations, it worked, you're not an idiot, or whatever. So you type that in, hit enter, come on, let's do it, let's go. And yep, Silvanas Windrunner, hit done. And we're praying that it works before we hit done, I guess. Or I'm just making sure it's spelled right. And there we go, it worked, we're creating the character and we're in the game. So thanks for watching, guys, see you in the next video.